What's up, Squarespace designers? Quick run through of 3 different ways to get logo and text together in your Squarespace 7.1 site header. So the first option is just to not put the logo in your header at all. And if you have a really complicated logo, that's probably the best bet. See my other video on how you don't need a logo to get started. It's honestly a solid option if you don't have a logo that works well at small sizes. But let's say you want to get your logo and text together. All right, 3 ways to do this. So what we have here is a logo and text that's all one image file. But what you got here is the logo image, and you can play with the height, striking that balance, between legibility and you don't want it so big that your header is huge. I have it set at 80 pixels for this, and I have very small margins over under, because if I did bigger margins for that, then this whole thing would just be huge. And always check mobile view too. If that's you, if you've got an image, you just upload it here, make sure it's a transparent PNG and that you've optimized it to be as small as possible. That's probably the most common method that people take to getting their logo and their site text together, is just make it all one big image and put it in there. There are 2 other ways though that I don't see as many people doing, but are pretty cool. So one is to inject a character before your logo. The other is upload your logo and inject text after your character. Now this first one only really works if your logo, or if like the symbol you want in your header, is available as a Unicode symbol. So you can find that out by going to somewhere like symbol, and if we search for dot, all the different Unicode dots, right? So if you decided to have one of these cool little dot things as your logo, then you could straight up paste it into this little bit of custom code right here. Look at that. And I'll include this in my blog post, this little bit of custom code. But basically, you can take any Unicode character, you can apply a color to it, you mess with the padding and all that kind of stuff. But this bit of code injects a Unicode character before your site title. If you don't care about it being a different color than your site title, you can actually add it right to the site title text field. So behold, right beside the site title. So you can do that without any custom code. All right, so I'll include that CSS in my blog post. The third way, and this is the more flexible one, is to upload your site logo, but make it just like the icon version with no text, and inject the text using this little bit of code after your site logo. So what I've done here, I'm going to delete this, and then you can see. So this is what it looks like without any of this little bit of custom code that I added. But I'm going to add that in right here at the top, and check this out. It injects this content, right? The name of my site after the header logo. This controls how it relates to that. This controls the size of the font family. This is like a variable selector that pulls in whatever you have set as your header font, and then you have a fallback there. So if it's a sans serif, put sans serif. If it's serif, put serif. Aligns the text in the spot, vertically aligns it, sets your font weight, your letter spacing, your left padding, so the space between the text and the logo. And then this is a little bit of mobile styling to make it a little bit smaller on mobile. And so you can play around with all those variables and get it how you want it. But that is a way to have your cake and eat it too. To have your site logo and text that looks good across all type of different contexts. Now I have like a solid, consistent color header, but if your logo is something that looks good on light and dark backgrounds, you could go with the Squarespace dynamic header, because your text is going to flip or invert. And there are little snippets of custom code on the Squarespace forums and stuff that'll invert the color of your logo on a single page. This is something I've been doing on client sites for a little while now, and I haven't seen a tutorial on it. I'm sure things exist out there, but decided to put it together into this video for you. Happy designing.